Hello and welcome to the Galway Students' News. I'm Mark Laherty.
Galway took part in the world's biggest eye contact experiment. Coordinated by the Liberators international social movement, the experiment took place on October the 15th all around the world. The aim of the experiment was to build a sense of shared humanity that the movement believes society has lost. The Liberators website describes the movement as a global family of people ready to actively be part of the change we would like to see in this world. Thomas Creamer, Galway Student News.
Hundreds of immigrants were conferred with the Irish citizenship at a special event in the Bailey Allen Hall on October 16th. Many of those granted citizenship has been living in Ireland for more than a decade. The formalities began with a colour party from Renmore Barracks marching the national flag on parade through the Bailey Allen Hall. Retired High Court Judge Brian McMahon was the presiding officer for the ceremony. The new citizens took an oath of fidelity and declared their loyalty to the state. Mark Laherty, Galway Students' News.
The university launched the Student Health and Support Initiative in the Aula Maxima on 3rd November in response to growing concerns for student safety. The initiative aims to provide information on the support services available to students affected by sexual violence.
There is support available to all students on campus if anyone experiences any form of sexual assault or is affected in any way. NUIG is supporting students on this matter and taking it very seriously.
Smart consent workshops are being held parallel to the initiative. NUIG is the first university to hold this training and are working with other higher education institutes to put them in place across the country. Charlotte McIver, lecturer in drama, theatre and performance, said that the campus isn't yet safe. A representative of Galway Rape Crisis Centre pointed out that while universities claim to take sexual assault very seriously, the rate of reports of assault are very low.
Clean Sadler, Rape Crisis Network Ireland, all universities said, just like in the documentary, that they took it very seriously, but the reported rapes that were recorded and the reported sexual assaults recorded on the campuses were incredibly low and unbelievably low, because we know there's much more out there than what is recorded. It's been an incredible journey just coming to this point, and I think NUIG is ahead of the curve here.
Lane Burns of the psychology department felt the popular understanding of sexuality in terms of orientation is not the most useful perspective.
We tend to, when we talk about sexuality, consider it in terms of orientation or identity, how we identify ourselves. But human sexuality is an interplay of gender and gender roles and preferences and orientation, and how all of that impacts on us physically, emotionally and spiritually.
A community liaison guard explained some of the practical proceedings of a sexual assault report, and specifically with regard to the victim knowing the assailant. According to the panel, 92% of sexual assault victims know their assailant. They also made it clear that it is still sexual assault if the victim knows the perpetrator.
About 93% of the time they will know the perpetrator, and I think, coming from the smaller communities that we do in Ireland, it's much harder to go forward and say, I knew this person, or I chose to go for a drink with this person, or go for dinner with this person. So it does make it harder.
Dr. Padraig McKeela of the psychology department was involved in the organisation of the consent workshops. He defended the divide of the workshops into male and female groups on the grounds that different perspectives could be gained from different people. Further, different views could be expressed in groups with different dynamics.
If you get people into a room, you can have really quite different perspectives on the same event. What men might think sometimes to be acceptable and what they would talk about with those men, it could be different.
He also noted that university surveys, different responses about consent were given by people who were in relationships than to people who were single. The launch was accompanied by a screening of The Hunting Ground, a documentary by Kirby Dick about sexual assault on college campuses in the United States. Kathy Lean, Galway Student News.
Thank you for watching. Be sure to like, share and subscribe. Good evening.